It's misdirection.
You know what?
It's a lateral
You know what?
movement.
Whatever movie you got playing in your fucking head, you enjoy it. But I saw this shit. You saw this shit.
I don't like any of this. I'm saying, it's
And it's don't worry, it's not gonna take a whole long or a lot of time because it's only a movie that Mr. Gertz and I saw together.
Oh,
yeah.
You're not there?
No, him and I had a date night. You know.
Yeah, I see. What's happening, man?
I had to make up for not being at his wedding.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I wasn't upset about that because it didn't help that you weren't there. You said you were working, but when everybody at the wedding, they said, Where's Goodwin? I said, well, he's working. He said he couldn't make it. Yeah, funny that Gertz ain't here right now. I mean, they were fucking with my head, man.
Oh, no, man. When I came in here, you ambushed me on some Dr. No shit. Like, all you needed was the white cat because I walked in here during the high school and Oz was here. His wife was here, all these other people. I was like, what's going on? He's like, so you couldn't make it to my wedding, huh? And I was like, oh, no. He said, where were you? I was like, I told you I had to work. He's like, well, Gertz wasn't here either. I thought you was somewhere making out. I was like, sure, why not?
Man, it didn't help that everybody was telling me that. They're like, you know they're together. You know, people just...
Did I see you that night?
No.
Gertz?
And he was even making...
Ray wasn't there either. You want to call it a threesome?
Ray made it at the end of the night. Yeah.
Because he came first.
Well... but I didn't get that either. But okay.
He came first.
Oh, came. Yes, okay. Well, hey, you know what?
We got it. Okay. The slow bros over here. That's all right.
I got you, man. I got yeah. Well, you all right with me. Hey, I think about giving you a new show, man. You know, we think so much alike. But no, you making jokes too. Because you were fucking my head too. Because I was saying. So what was going on? You couldn't make it to the wedding. You were working. He's like, yeah, I was working on Goodwin. I'm like, man, yeah, got them fucking evil hands when he was laughing too. Yeah, that arthritis laugh. He couldn't come through to my wedding, but him and I will always go see shitty horror movies together. Yep. Or is it? You don't let us say anything about it.
I heard some things.
No, some Valerian things.
Well, hey man, look. That means nothing coming from you, Martin, because everybody says Martin don't know horror.
He does not.
He does not. Now, Coleman and Gertz, those boys, they know what they're talking about. And even if it's bad, it could be good. Or Martin, sometimes, see this. Let me tell you something about Wish Upon. See, this movie, it's one of those low budget movies. And today, some of the low budget horror films have been the best movies out there because they're forced to work with what they have. Mostly keeping out a lot of the visuals and the gore and working with suspense.
Mama?
See, Martin, you laughing already, man. You laughing already.
I wish Darcy Chapman would just go rot.
Now, that's what got me right there. I said, okay, all right then, you know.
Terrifying.
Yeah,
okay.
terrifying. A girl, they say a girl rots and they bring it in, showing her leg rotting, bringing in some of the good gore right there. You know, bringing in a cool Twilight Zone premise, which is
The monkey's paw.
Yes. Yeah, man. Claire is a lonely girl at high school or in high school, and she's got just two friends. School picks on her, and she no boys like her. You know, she's kind of lonely. People think she's weird, but when she finds this box that her father gives her as a gift, then she starts to read something on that says, make a wish and maybe it'll come true. She does it, and just coincidentally, what she wishes for happens. And she's like, well, shit, it says here I got 6 more wishes. 6 more wishes.
Oh, that's generous.
Oh, I'm about to be the king of the neighborhood with this. Maybe the world, if things go the way I wanted to, Claire's way. But what Claire doesn't understand is that, you know, in these kind of movies, first of all, you don't get anything like that for nothing.
Right.
There's always a price to pay.
No such thing as a free lunch.
No such thing as a free wish, Martin. And it turns out that don't look at me like that.
I didn't even have to look at him to know the face that he was making.
I wish you wouldn't look at me like that, Mark. But there's some Chinese writing on that because it's always that Chinese shit that gets you. It's either a wish or a mogwai or something, gremlins and shit. But she doesn't. It's in Chinese, and she doesn't understand. Like it's saying, hey, if you take these wishes, well, we gotta take something from you, and it usually comes in the most deadly way. Now, with this with this movie right here, when I say cheap, I mean cheap. I mean, this is a movie where they took a box. The monster in the movie is a box that they found in the trash. I mean, they don't do nothing but sit up there and just play scary music. The inside of the box, every time it opens up, it's got a sculpture of a demon in there.
Yeah.
And they make sure that every time that box closes, they make sure you see that demon like
like he's going down on something.
I'll be
mouth
back.
open like
Fucking weird.
as soon as I'm finished sucking this dick, I'll be back. But it's just a box. That's all it is. And they try to make that box ominous too. It's playing this music in flat notes and shit. It's just out of tune, really.
Yeah, it is.
But the Bobby McFerrin boxes and shit.
They know how easy it is to get teenagers to say, "Oh, that's so creepy."
Oh,
It's out of tune, but
Yeah.
that's creepy though, right? Not really.
it sounds like a fucking broke ass ice cream truck. And I'm not surprised though, because I looked up the director, and the guy's name right here, John R. Leonetti, and I said, "Whoa, what is he directed before?"
Yeah, Annabelle, right?
Another movie about an object that didn't do shit.
Yeah.
Another animate object, Annabelle. That dog sat in that fucking chair that whole movie and didn't do nothing.
Just smiled.
Just smile. What having people like trip and it's like, oh shit, it must be the dog.
Yeah, Annabelle's like, this is the easiest check I've ever received.
Her in that box, just sitting there, ain't doing a fucking thing.
Do you know what the director's first movie was? Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Whoa.
Full price already. I don't even need to see this movie. Full price.
I looked that up and I was like, oh shit.
But you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, okay. It's very much Annabelle. It is an inanimate object shot in dark rooms in an attempt to scare you. That's about it.
Yeah, and I thought, okay, I don't mind that. Like I said, there's some things where it's worked when they've done movies with less. You know, I mean, they used to do that shit all the time back in the day. When they didn't have special effects, they pull up. Twilight Zone did this shit all the time. All right?
Hitchcock.
Hitchcock. When, everything was hinted at. Everything was they fuck with your mental state more than anything. And this movie here, I could accept it if it wasn't teasing. Not only teasing violence, but straight up gore.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, this is a movie where the trailer is scarier than the film.
Aw.
The trailer. They set this fucking trailer up. You saw how it started out?
Yeah.
All that crazy editing and all that darkness. No, don't you? Let me tell you something. If you just turned 12 and you're ready to graduate from Goosebumps, this is the midway to real horror.
Okay.
This is
PG-13.
This is PG-13.
Oh, okay.
This is Goosebumps with just a couple of drops of blood, and maybe just one fuck thrown in, to make the little kids feel like they big kids now.
Add some flavor.
Yeah, exactly.
Goosebumps was usually pretty entertaining, though.
Well, Goosebumps actually showed you shit too. It might be a rubber creature or a crazy cracked out looking ventriloquist doll, but they showed you something.
Right.
This is the most cock teasingest movie I've ever seen. And they trying to tease real gore with this shit. What's that?
And they're trying to tease real cocks.
Yeah. Hey, anything. If they showed a dick in here, I'd be like, well, at least I got something. Because they got in the movie. You remember Cheryl Flynn? Sherilyn Flynn?
Sherilyn Finn. Yeah.
Yeah, Sherilyn Finn.
Yeah.
You remember Errol Flynn? What's
From,
her name?
Twin Peaks.
From Twin Peaks. So she plays a neighbor in the movie, and she's one of the first victims of this box. Now, I want to just tell you something before we continue. There's going to be some things in here that seem like spoilers.
Yeah.
You're going to be cussing my ass out. I ain't spoiling shit. Everything I'm telling you, you can go to the trailer and find it. They sent me clips of everything in it. Because one of the things that happened is that one of the big teases of gore right here is she plays the neighbor, kind woman, and they got this scene, that old standby, where somebody puts their hand in the garbage disposer. And yeah, now I'm gonna show you something. I had to shorten this. They gave me the whole scene. They gave me the whole scene from start to deadly finish right here, where she puts her hand in the garbage disposer. And I want you to notice how much they're teasing you that you about to get some blood and buckets of bone and gore. Oh, feed me, Seymour, feed me. That shit look like a fucking fancy clam. It does.
Oh, come on.
Why would the button for the garbage disposal be there?
Be there, yeah.
Nobody installs it right there.
Nobody. Oh, unless they want to tease your cock right now. This woman's sitting up here, and people, if you are listening, she's got her hand in the garbage disposer. And the reason why we're saying who puts a button there, because the button to the garbage disposer it just happens to be waist level. So when you reach it over to the garbage disposer, oh, how convenient that your hip turns it on, so you can just give the audience what they want. And they spend 2 minutes on that.
Yes. It goes on forever.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. He's not lying. It goes on. The clip I have is 2 minutes. It seems actually goes on longer. Now, if you're going to spend, I looked at this too, and I said, oh my God, this is so horrible. I don't want this to happen to this woman. But if you fucking around with a garbage disposal for 2 minutes, it's like, no, that hand has got to go.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, lady, but you got to give me my shit.
I'm in too deep.
Yeah, I'm invested right now.
Yes.
Oh, but the movie says, man, I would love to do that, but we PG-13.
Yep.
We can't shock the kids like that.
So
but
do they imply that it happened?
no, Martin, they said, hey, look, kids, we got something more your speed. How about we don't chop a hand up and put all that nasty blood everywhere? But tell you what, let's just snap a neck.
How'd her hair get in there?
Oh,
It's that.
well, shit. That's
What's
actually-
that?
That's like more violent.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's kind of worse.
I kind of appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know how her hair got into the disposal.
Because she got a long ass
She got long
ponytail
hair,
that just
yeah.
went in there. I don't. Because you got to sit up there and watch that hand fucking around.
Yeah.
And it's like, man.
Okay, maybe that's what it is. For 2 minutes, I'd probably be upset too.
No,
To reach that.
I bought a mutilated hand. I want a mutilated hand.
I don't know.
I don't want no snap neck.
I don't feel like it's such a bait and switch. They gave you something.
Tell this man something. He think.
Just sitting there for so long waiting for this to happen. It's like waiting for someone to, I don't know, get like killed by a serial killer. They get away and then they slip on a banana peel down the stairs.
But the disposal still killed them, though. So technically, the serial killer still killed them.
Exactly. Okay, think about this. If I gave you the choice of you gonna get your neck snapped by the garbage disposal or lose a hand by it, which one are you gonna pick?
You fucking telling me, watch the hand, watch the hand, watch that. You know I changed my mind. You know, yeah, no,
It's a magic trick. Slide a
Yeah,
hand.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay,
It's
but
misdirection.
You know what?
It's a lateral
You know
move
what?
that-
Whatever movie you got playing in your fucking head, you enjoy it. But I saw this shit.
I mean, I don't
you
like-
saw this shit.
I don't like
and
any of this. I'm just saying, it's not as much of a ripoff as you're painted
Martin,
as.
you weren't there. All right, we were.
You weren't in the shit.
Yeah,
Martin.
you weren't there. you went to Canada and draft dodge this shit. We were there.
Fake out was in the trailer.
Oh, that's a deal about this. Because some of y'all are yelling, Corey, man, damn it, you spoiled it. They gave it to us. What you see right here, that is the biggest thing. You can't win. Because either you want the hand to be torn off and it doesn't happen, or, all right, you want the bait and switch like Martin. Hey, I want to be faked out, but you're not faked out because the marketing tells you what it is in the trailer. It's almost like the people who made the trailer like, man, people gonna be mad, but we gotta let them know they ain't getting what they paid for. You know, hey, look, y'all can look at each other all you want to, but we saw this shit.
Man, calm down.
I will not calm down. God damn it, I had to be there. Yeah, they even fake, what's her name?
Sherilyn Fenn.
Cheryl even faked me out with her because last time I saw her, she was looking like that chick in Twin Peaks.
Sure.
Yeah, and I ain't saying she's a beautiful woman, but I ain't seen her since then.
Right.
And when I saw them, I was like, God damn, she's 50? And I'm not
Time
saying
has passed,
I
man.
know, and I'm not because I'm looking at a picture of her right now. Back when she was on Twin Peaks and other
Yeah,
movies,
she was like the hottest it girl.
yeah, she was always taking like those half naked pictures
And
and
the whole time the cherry stem with her tongue.
oh yeah, I remember
She's
that.
famous for that.
And then you see in the movie she's a mother now and everything. It's cool, but it's just kind of like
It's disheartening.
It's like man, you know what it is? It's like looking at pictures of an ex-girlfriend that used to send you nasty pictures, and then going to a reunion and be like, "Oh shit, you're a mom now." Oh,
Yeah.
cool. You know, so Mark is like, "Man, you full of
ping pong
shit."
ball trick.
All right, Martin. if that can't convince you, let me go to.
Exhibit
Let
B.
me go to exhibit B.
Okay.
Exhibit B for bullshit right here. They
That was
got the garbage disposal don't get you. They got Ryan Phillippe in the movie.
As the
he's in
sax
this?
man.
As the oh man,
Wait, what? What are these words you're stringing together?
Ryan Phillippe is in this movie as the dad of the girl, the main character in the movie, and he's a father. He's the one that gives her the whole box and everything.
I got you trash, honey.
Yeah.
He literally finds it in a trash can and says, "Oh, this would be great for my daughter."
For her birthday. Yeah.
He dodged being Iron Fist. Now, here he is.
Well, now he's in Wish Upon.
Giving literal trash within trash.
Oh man, in the movie. Now you want to talk about one of the biggest cock teases in here. This is like they have another scene where he's in his car, and he has to pull over because he has a flat tire.
Oh,
And
what's he doing?
I know, and
I didn't even watch him do that.
and that's the thing with this man. Again, they're teasing you with this here because he's under his car, and if you notice, he's going under there to reach a screw. Now y'all like,
man?
and look at him. He's about to hit the jack.
Yeah.
And you're thinking that the jack's gonna fall on him? No, he scoots out the car. Boy, I'm glad I found the screw. Oh, and a car comes down the road, and he's like, and it looks like they're heading straight for him, full speed, and they swerve somehow. He's like, oh boy, glad I missed that. And then right after that, oh, but that one little tire, that tire rolls away from him right here.
Oh, rubber.
And that tire. Now you look at the shock on his face, and it's like, oh shit, that tire's about to take him out. The tire gets hit by a truck, bounces against a tree, heads towards him, and you're thinking like, oh shit, I'm about to get my final destination moment right here. Final destination.
No, which one?
Like the last one.
Yeah.
Oh, that one.
And it's man,
Four. I'm sorry, I messed up the Final Destination legacy.
shame. I like this.
Ling shade.
I like this picture right here because that dude next to her, he's not even shocked. He's like, damn, she got fucking blood in my face. I just bought this shirt. But, you know, you're thinking, I'm about to get my Final Destination moment. No, this movie is for people who watch Final Destination for everything except that last part where somebody actually died. Like right when they went through the whole contraption and the whole sequence, and then right when somebody's about to hit some gruesome death, be like, I can't take this no more. Well, rest assured, you are right here, because once that wheel hits the ground and bounces against that tree and heads towards Ryan Phillippe, Ryan dodges. The tire hits the street again. Is like, thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
Good
wow.
night.
End scene.
Rolls on his way.
That's different.
That
Yeah,
tire.
that's like watching a Rube Goldberg machine. And somebody comes at the last minute and goes like, no, you don't need to see this.
Yep. It's exactly what it's like. And this movie's that constantly.
That tire rolls on his way. Tire actually goes to Walmart, gets a machete and a hockey mask, goes overseas to join ISIS, comes back strapped with bombs and said, nah, that's all right.
I'm good.
I'm good.
What was I thinking?
Yeah. It is a Final Destination movie
Yeah.
for people who don't want to reach that final destination.
Yeah.
Sometimes when they're killing people, they're doing it like Three Stooges style.
Yep.
They got a guy that falls in his bathtub, and it don't stop there. Like he won't die. Like he's hitting his head on shit and everything. You actually hear the clunk. You know, it's there is not, for me, if you're going in expecting a horror movie, there is not one horrible moment in here.
No. There's one character who dies by tripping on a rug. It's just, it really is not. You could forgive the lack of gore, and like I don't think a gore makes for a good horror movie, but there is really startling lack of creativity.
Now, I'm not totally hating on this movie either, because there's some things in here. It does fall into the area of so bad that it's funny.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, him and I were laughing because the Ryan Phillippe in the movie. He's
trying to find his career in that dumpster.
in the movie, he's a professional dumpster diver.
Oh, like the friend from the alley.
Him.
Yeah, that's it right there.
Oh,
He's
shit.
Like this is he's a professional dumpster diver, and straight up, this is some Sanford and Son shit. Like you watch this and you see that thing right there. Like he got the red truck.
He does have the red.
I mean, he's digging deep in that shit too. He has to do it in front of his daughter's school.
Yep.
So and every day. I mean, and plus he also has a black sidekick that pretty much he calls, "Hey, you big dummy." I'm not lying. He got his own Lamont, and he has no respect for his daughter out there dumpster diving these kids must throw away some good shit, because his daughter's like, "Dad, could you please just go to another dumpster?" She's like, "I could, honey, but there's some good stuff in here." And the kids have to come out looking at her dad looking like fucking Oscar the Grouch every day. And
That's your dad right there? Huh? No. Get out of here, you bum.
it's not just a career. It's an addiction.
Yeah, because you don't really see him profit off this. He just hoards the shit in their house.
Yeah, he's like he has a mental problem. So much that one of the wishes brings, I'm not going to tell you how, but one of the wishes brings to them millions of dollars and a nice home and everything.
So he's dressed in a tuxedo and a top hat.
Well, no. I mean, you think he would be. I mean, he said, "I'm going to get back into playing the sax," and he starts getting gigs.
Hey buddy, it's Dad. I got a gig outside town, so I'm gonna be home around midnight, okay? I love you.
Now you see him with, he's like, "Oh, she didn't catch that fart on there." But you see him in a nice jacket and everything. Daughter had to waste a wish on him because he was so addicted to it.
Yeah.
She's like, because he after they get money, he's still dressed up like a fisherman, going to the dumpster, and the same one in front of the school. Like, they got money. He don't have to do this anymore.
He's still doing
but
it.
he can't help it. Mm-hmm. And by the way, these gigs that he's doing, I'm just going to pick up the sax and I'm going to start playing sax again. Plays the same song.
Yeah.
Over. Over and over again. And the creepy thing about it is that the movie, it's not the most, look, it's professionally shot. You know, it's generic studio style shooting.
Yeah.
But sometimes they just have a place they can't cut, and it just ends weird. He's playing the saxophone, and one of the girl's friends, the daughter's friends, is saying, "I hate to say this, but your dad is totally hot." And they cut to him playing the sax, and they cut back to some weird shot of her just staring him down with her eyes wide open while the camera's zooming in. And him and I, we were like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, we both looked at each other like, "Well, that was creepy as shit." That was the scariest thing in this movie.
Yeah. That was one of the most horrifying things in there.
Yeah.
And he's dressed, and she makes that wish, and that wish said, "Man, I ain't strong enough to get this addiction away from him." He's dressed nice, got a nice haircut, shaved that fucking Amish beard, and still got that fucking truck. That addiction is too strong. This here is a movie where I look at it and I'm thinking, do they mean for this to be a comedy? Almost, because some of the shit that they're making decisions on are laughable enough to where they have to recognize it. What's the actress who plays the main character? Is her name Joey King?
Yes.
Joey King. Yeah.
Joey King.
I first saw her in The Conjuring, and she's actually the best thing about this movie. She's trying hard.
Yeah, she's actually very good.
Yeah.
Her and her friends are good. But her character, you're like, "Man, you are the biggest selfish bitch."
Yes, she is.
And her friends, and that's when you start to like people, because this is what made me think. A lot of the things that I see as bad, that are so bad they're funny, this movie's probably more self-aware than what it really is, because they call her out. They just say,
Do they?
They say what you're thinking, like, "Wow, you didn't wish for anything for anybody, world peace, anything like that." It's like, "I wish I could be popular and the prettiest boy in school would go out with me." And the girls are like, "The fuck is wrong with you?"
I think you're a selfish bowl of bitch sauce. You know, if I had 7 wishes, you know what I would have done? I would have wished for world peace, and I would cure cancer. I mean, you've used 4 whole wishes.
5.
Didn't wish for anything for me in June.
Oh, wait a minute.
That's a selfish thought right there.
It's not all that selfless.
Well, she did say world peace first, so she got that out the way.
But her order is world peace, cancer, and then me.
Yeah.
Well, you deserve
me
that.
and June, and that was the loudest wish.
Nah, man.
You bitch sauce.
Nah, y'all are being some bitch sauces because after bringing world peace and curing cancer, I think you've earned a little gift for yourself. But Marcus, you would say some shit like that, and I would.
You did.
And I did. But they call her out because at that point in the movie, you really don't like this girl because you're
You
thinking,
don't.
yeah, exactly.
And to be fair, the movie's not really asking you to either. The movie's making it very clear that she's a very flawed person.
It gets to a point where the movie is so self-aware that by the end of it, I was cheering for what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, it almost realizes like, okay, the audience is not, they're gonna hate this movie if we don't do this, and they do it. And Gertz and I were like, yes,
Yep.
yes. All of a sudden, this is a whole lot better. I see what you mean, and they did other things in the movie that made me think, okay. As much as I don't want to like you for some things you did, it's one of the few movies out there trying to literally give some love to the Asian dude. He's just not a sidekick, not just the Asian friend. They actually kind of make him a love interest in a way.
When the music ends, the blood price is paid.
Even though he looks kind of murderous right there. But
Wait, does he translate the box for her?
His cousin.
yeah,
does.
his
There is that scene where they have to consult an expert and the movie stops so
Yeah.
you can have a character come in and explain how this mystical object works.
Yeah, you could see them forcing the Chinese influence here too.
Yeah.
But at least they gave my man, a good part right here, so it's cool.
right.
Yeah. This
Just saw that kid in
yeah,
something.
He's in the Maze Runner?
is he?
Is it?
Yeah, he's the Asian kid in the
Okay,
Maze Runner.
Ki Hong Lee is his name.
I don't know the best way to describe him. He was that Asian kid in the Maze Runner.
Ki Hong Lee is his name. So and he was actually good in the movie. He's pretty funny. Actually, he's except for this part where he looks like a fucking psycho. But throughout the movie, he's a cute kid. You can see why she would like him.
Oh, he's in Kimmy Schmidt too.
Okay, that's what I thought.
This is it's a movie that is like I said, man. There's a lot of generic stuff going on here. The filmmaking, it looks like it's done by the union crew from the studio.
Yeah.
They know how to do their job and they know how to do it well. But the problem is that there's just no big payoff for some of the things that happens here. I don't mind a movie looking generic if they can have a payoff. I don't mind a movie looking cheap if they can have a payoff. But a lot of it is just very anticlimactic, doesn't deliver on what you think it should. But at the same time, as it goes along, the humor that's in it, whether it's intentional or not, kind of kicks in, and it makes it a movie that you cannot really hate. And I have to say, I wish they had. What makes me be hard on this is that I wish they had delivered on some of the stuff that they did do clever with some of the violence and the death. It opens up with a death. There's another death in the movie where all this stuff is done in shadow. They do creative lighting with it, and they tease it. And they leave a lot to your imagination. There's one really gruesome death in here that you don't see. You hear a sound, you see a quick flash of an image, they do it without any blood. I said, I respect that. I wish the movie had kind of done more of that in some places. But as I said, man, for a movie that was kind of making me angry for a little bit and frustrated, by the end of it, I was kind of charmed by it. In a way, I don't know why. I don't know what to say. It had a near the end of it, not as good, not even close, but had a very, very much a feeling like the Sam Raimi movie, Drag Me to Hell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not anywhere the cleverness of that film, but it had a feeling that it just stopped taking itself seriously and just kind of went with its own silliness. So yeah, I give it a low rental, man.
I agree with pretty much everything you said. And in the wake of movies like The Bye-Bye Man and Rings, this really isn't anywhere near as bad as those. It's just kind of generic and a little uninspired, but there are a few things that elevate it. The performances here, some of them are actually pretty darn good, especially Joey King. I like that these high school students, for the most part, look like high school students also, as opposed to something like Scream. And I do like how it wraps up. I thought of Drag Me to Hell too, actually, with the way, like the last 20 minutes where it just kind of goes off the rails in a good way.
Yeah.
So for me, it's also a rental.
Yeah, no, not bad. It was funny because you're talking about how this was in high school. I saw Ryan Phillip and I like, no, they didn't put it back in high school. I thought he was a high school student.
I know what you did last summer. I'm back from vacation, guys.
Make a wish.